Alright, living large participants. The next functional task I'm going to show you is putting on and taking off a coat or a jacket. So, the first thing I'm going to show you is taking off the jacket. One of the big things that I want to stress in this video is that you use that big high amplitude movements and get that perceived exertion, that perceived effort up to that 6 to 8 out of 10. It's really important to be successful and efficient with this activity to raise that perceived exertion and effort in order to get the results you want and to effectively take off and put on your coat. So first I'll show you taking off the coat. So what I want you to do first is to take your coat and hold it, the arm, a little less than 90 degrees. And then I want you to, with that big effort, is to really pull back and get that coat down off your shoulders. And then again, pull down again with that large, high amplitude effort and get it off your elbows. Then reach, pull out your hands, nice and big, and boom, the coat is off. And now, to put on the coat, I'm going to show you a few different ways that I like to do it. One way is going to be the swing around method. And so what I want you to do with your hand placement is to get your hands with your fingers at least into those holes for your arms. And then if some of you may have comorbidities with like a sore shoulder or a hurt shoulder, I want you to focus on going towards that side to put on the coat so that it has to go through the least amount of range of motion versus the other side. So for example, myself, I have kind of a bad right shoulder, so I'm going to go towards that side as to put it through less of a range of motion than my good left shoulder. And so with your hands and fingers kind of inside the armholes, what I want you to do is use that big perceived exertion, get it up to that 6 to 8 out of 10, and then whip the coat around, putting your arms and hands through nice and big. As you can see, the coat is already on. I'll show you another way to take off your coat. If you don't necessarily like that way, you can take your coat and grab it on your strong side. So again, my right shoulder is kind of the weak one, so I'm going to take it off that side last. And so again, with those big, large, high amplitude movements and that upped perceived exertion, I'm going to pull my arm through very hard. Reach back, and then peel it off my weaker right shoulder. Another method that I'll show you for donning your coat will be to take that coat, again going towards maybe your weaker side, again mine is the right side, it may be different for you, and using those large high amplitude movements and that 6 to 8 out of 10 perceived exertion, the effort scale, I want you to take that weaker arm and using that big effort, put that arm through so that your hand comes all the way through. I used a lot of effort there and I need you to do that as well. Then giving yourself some momentum, swing that coat around and find the other hole, and again with that large high amplitude movement, put your hand through that sleeve. And there you have it. A few ways to put on and take off a coat. Alright, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.